Hello everybody and welcome back to This Week in Halo. It's been a massive week for Halo fans. We had 343 change their name to Halo Studios, the Unreal Engine swap was revealed, and the end of the World Championships. But outside of that, there has been a lot happening you don't know about. Drivable Scarabs, Mega Mantises, Halo Infinite 2, a sequel, even Breaking Benjamin, the artist behind the iconic Halo 2 track Blow Me Away, are teasing a re-release for Halo 2's 20th anniversary. We've got a lot to talk about today, guys, so let's get straight into it. First up today, we had an X343 developer who was talking about his time at the studio. I saw a few Halo YouTubers cover this already, but I had extra information, so here's what I read from my extra digging. Will said in his post on LinkedIn that he worked there for 13 years and he does not recommend working at 343/Halo Studios. In the post, he expresses his frustration that he was telling the studio for years to swap to Unreal, that he was being ignored and he felt unsupported. Will also spoke about how Halo Infinite did not launch with a reporting feature and he had to fight for that too as he saw people being harassed in game. Now I respect that Will fought to get the reporting feature onto the game, as I remember the exact post of people being harassed that led to this feature being worked on. But people who report on this information really need to do their due diligence before claiming testimony comments as 100% factual. The reason why I say that is this particular post from Will feels contradictory at many points in the posts. For example, if Will was so frustrated with the old leadership, and he even spoke about the new leadership PA Hintz calling him a cancer, literally a couple comments later he praises the old leadership. He replied to a comment and said, "I miss the days when you were there with us earlier on. Bonnie, Chris, Josh and Kiki, everyone was so fun to work with." So all I'm going to say on it is this: please take posts like this with a grain of salt. Use your own judgment on what you want to believe, but since other Halo YouTubers posted this as 100% factual in many places in the Halo space this week, I felt obligated to at least mention it to you guys. We have all heard about the stories that have come out of that studio over the years, so again, take it with a grain of salt. Next up today, we have drivable Scarabs. That's right. Rejected Shotgun has released his new version of Huge Grass, and it features so many more new vehicles. Brand new Halo 3 content in the year 2024, featuring the Mega Mantis, a huge mechanical monster of mayhem with fiery jump packs to traverse the map quickly. It still has the chain gun and rockets from the original Mantis, but this one is insane. The Scarab, iconic. Tough, but not invincible. The Scarab from Halo 3, drivable with an optional gunner seat for anyone wanting to help the main driver out. This Scarab turns faster than the campaign to make it competitive against other vehicles. What I love about the Scarab is even when the enemies take down the legs and they have to board it to blow it up, that means I have to defend the vehicle as they're boarding, and it makes for some really fun encounters. And finally, we have the Lich. Halo 4 fans will recognize this from the campaign, but I genuinely prefer Rejected Shotgun's version over Halo 4's. The explosion is so damn cool, and just like Halo 4, you have to destroy it by destroying the core inside. There are so many other new amazing vehicles in this mod, and it's now available on the Steam Workshop. If you want a dedicated video on this, let me know. I've only just scratched the surface of what is new. Now, while we're on the topic of mods, and I'm pushing this hard as we get closer to Halo 2's 20th anniversary, if you want Halo mods on Xbox, leave a comment on this video saying so. Make some noise about it. If you want Halo Studios to update MCC again, it has to come from us, the community, to make it happen. I have continued to hear whispers that we have a small opportunity, a small window right now, that if we voice our concerns, there is a good chance we can make it happen. Now, speaking of Halo 2's 20th anniversary, and I've had this playing in the background, Blow Me Away, one of the most iconic Halo 2 songs from the game, is rumored to be getting a re-release for the anniversary. The band on Twitter said, "Hi Xbox, might have something for ya," in reply to the official Xbox account sharing the original song being sung by thousands of people. This brings us to Halo Infinite 2, Electric Boogaloo, the planned sequel that 343 actually began working on. So many of you guys have said to me, "Remy, a Halo Combat Evolved remake is cool and all, but what about Halo Infinite's story? Is 343 going to do a massive jump in time? Are they actually going to follow on from the story this time? Are we even going to finish the story of the Endless, the Banished, and the Master Chief?" Well, as of me recording this video, a new news report has come out from Mr. Rebs, and that Halo Infinite 2 was actually in development. As always, shout out to Mr. Rebs, check the man out, he's doing some great work for Halo fans. Here's what you need to know. Halo Infinite 2 was the planned sequel to continue the Banished, endless storyline. Halo fans expected campaign DLC with Halo Infinite, and I'm presuming this is exactly what we were going to get to fill that void. As soon as Halo Infinite launched back in 2021, work began on Halo Infinite 2. The campaign team began developing this in the Slipspace engine alongside Project Tatanka, the Battle Royale. Development lasted right up until the new leadership took over, and this was in combination with the massive layoffs. Now, the former campaign creative team actually started learning Unreal Engine 5. There really was this massive internal debate on whether to swap to the Unreal Engine or stay with the Slipspace engine. The unfortunate thing is that the campaign team themselves still didn't feel supported by the new leadership either. I've spoken about this before, but when the original Halo Infinite campaign was being developed, the campaign team themselves said there really wasn't any opportunity for feedback for the campaign at all. They cited they felt cut off from the rest of the studio, and that a lot of teams, due to how Microsoft organizations are structured, did not have any collaboration or communication at all. This is really weird, as you would think a team working together would have heaps of collaboration across the space. If somebody can help with something else and they might be specialized in a different area, I mean, if I was in charge, I would let that developer help that team. Now, as a very quick side note, I've had numerous ex-343 developers reach out since the change from 343 to Halo Studios, and a majority of them have all said the same thing, that every single issue the studio faced, so the 18-month contractors, staffing issues, designing maps, content, and armor, all of those problems could have been overcome if the Slipspace engine worked. One ex-dev said it was straight up broken, and when I reached out to other sources, they all unanimously confirmed the same thing. It also didn't help that once those core engineers left that did understand the Slipspace engine, it almost became an impossibility to continue using it. Now, the big news of what you need to know is just because Halo Infinite sequel was cancelled in Slipspace, remember how I said the original campaign team started work in Unreal 5? Well, just in the last 6 hours, Xbox Era had a podcast, and I'll let the clip play out and then I'll talk about it.
A little birdie may have told me that I don't know if the next Halo game is in the mainline game. I don't think it's as far away as we assume. I'm not saying that means it's out next year. I'm just saying that I don't think it's quite as far away as people might think it be.
So the next mainline Halo game isn't as far away as we think. Not next year, but not far away. Here is my timeline for you guys. My predictions of what I think is being worked on and when we might see it. I have no concrete information. These are just guesses. Take them with a grain of salt. Halo Certain Affinity standalone multiplayer project. Potentially end of 2025, early 2026. Halo Remake in Unreal Engine. 25th anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved, November 2026. Halo Infinite story sequel. If what that guy said is true, it's not next year, but it might be the year after. 2027 could be the play. Again, I know nothing concrete, but if I was to hypothesize from my years of marketing research, I feel like this might be a timeline Halo Studios would like to hit. It fits into the studio head Elizabeth Van Wyck saying fans have been asking for multiple new Halo games, not one every 5 years. It also fits into the multiple Halo project statement, as well as it brings Halo back into the rhythm of a game every year or every other year, just like the old era we were used to. I mean, we had Halo 3, then Halo 3 ODST, then we had Halo Reach, Halo 4 came out 2 years after that, then Halo MCC, then a year after that we had Halo 5. Back in the day, we were eating good with how many games were coming out, and I think all of us would love it to go back to something like that. And with that, that is this week in Halo. The good news is at last we have something to look forward to. We know Halo games are on the horizon, and over the next few years, once projects start to release, we should get a steady stream of new games. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.